Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you've all had a great weekend and are looking forward to a week full of content of me discussing the insanity going on, which also means, yeah, I'm not too sure how many brain cells I'm gonna have left, but if you're not subscribed to the channel already, make sure you are so you can join the rest of us in losing brain cells. We have a great time over here, we really do. But as you all know by now, it doesn't matter what country it is in, I always discuss the crazy things going on, and recently we've gone from America to the UK, to France, to Australia, and now in today's video, it's Germany, because one crazy story has come about and I just simply cannot believe what is going on. It just shows you that it doesn't matter where it is, truth, reality, common sense, yeah, it's becoming this forgotten thing. But a German podcast that goes by the name of Hopf, I hope I'm saying that right, we all know my pronunciations can be a little bit off, but nonetheless, this German podcast is facing a lot of controversy after they were I can't even read this out with a serious face right now, but they were forced to delete an episode they aired after they misgendered a male identifying as a woman. As we know, misgendering is this very terrible thing and nobody is allowed to do it, yet I'd argue the person who gets offended by it is actually the one doing the misgendering, but what do I know? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing.
How dare you!
But not only did this podcast have to delete an episode they aired because of the misgendering, they may also allegedly be facing a fine of 250,000 euros. Yeah, it seems perfectly normal, doesn't it? Nope. But before I get into this one, as usual, ladies and gentlemen, you know what to do. Make sure to leave a like rating, leave your comments down below, share this video around, sit back, relax, and let's get into this article posted by Redux. Not sure I want to if I'm... But a German court has forced podcasters to delete an episode where they refer to a balding trans-identified male as he/him. Oh no. But as you can see, this is the individual at the center of all of this going down. Oh man, I can't even believe they would think about calling this person a male. You know, they are clearly a woman here. I think it's so clear. You know, Stevie Wonder could probably see they're a woman. Absolutely disgraceful. And I agree, this episode should be taken down. You just can't be going around doing...
If I speak, I am in big trouble.
A podcast episode of Hopf had to be deleted by court order because the moderators called a trans-identified man a man and used male pronouns to refer to him. Oh, my heart is broken, I can't believe it. But the podcasters may be also facing potential prison time or a fine of up to 250,000 euros. The world has lost the plot. In the controversial episode, the host discussed the case of Laura Holstein, formerly known as Nicholas Holstein, a balding male who now identifies as a woman and has made multiple headlines over the past few months related to him demanding access to female spaces. Most recently, Holstein, with the support of the Federal Anti-Discrimination Agency, has been pursuing legal action against a female-only gym in Bavaria, but the Frankfurt AM Main Regional Court has now stepped in to order the censorship of the Hopf episode related to Holstein. The host Kiarash Hoseinpour, I hope I got that right, and Philip Hoff have also been prohibited from referring to Holstein as a man and using male pronouns for him. This is literally 1984. You're telling people to ignore their own eyes and their own ears and are forcing them to do so with legal action. This male that this is all centered around, am I even allowed to say that? Who knows? But this male has been demanding to be in female spaces. Now, if we're going to care about the feelings of an individual here, what about the feelings of all the women who perhaps don't want this dude in their safe spaces? Oh yeah, I don't even know why I said that, because the people, the woke activists, don't care about a large majority of women perhaps who don't want it, just the small group of individuals. Doesn't make any sense. In a post to social media, Hoseinpour posted screenshots of the letter they received from the court. Among the orders made in the documents are that the two hosts are prohibited from distributing, publishing, or having third parties distribute or publish statements that correctly sex Holstein. Among those statements include that Holstein is a man who feels he is in the wrong body and that he still has his schlong. Our podcast was censored. Welcome to Germany, our podcast episode about the legal drama of a person who was born biologically male but wanted to go into a women's gym with the support of the Independent Federal Commission for Anti-Discrimination is now offline, he wrote. In the court's letter, the hosts were accused of violating Holstein's personal rights by referring to him as a male because he is legally and socially recognized as a woman. Yeah, that doesn't actually mean you're a woman. Hoseinpour explained further, it is noteworthy that the court saw an extraordinary urgency here, as if the use of the biologically correct terms represented an immediate danger that could not be postponed. One inevitably wonders whether other perhaps actually urgent cases had to take a backseat for this. That's crazy to think about, right? And they probably did. They probably did put other court cases on the backseat and bring this one to the front, because this is what matters in today's world. This is how much power the woke activists, the woke mob, the woke agendas have. Everything else is below it on a pedestal, and these are placed on the highest one. And as you can see, it is affecting a large portion of society. Now, for those of you that have been following the channel for quite some time now, and I thank every single one of you, but you may know this isn't the first time I've actually covered a story involving this balding male, how else do I They have been involved in a lot of controversy in the past, and this is mind-blowing stuff. Get this. The balding trans-identified male became the first to join Women's District Football League, and with that, Holstein is apparently unconcerned about his appearance, questioning what is so hard to understand about it. I'm just a woman who looks different. Why should I flaunt excessive femininity?
If I speak, I am in big trouble.
While Holstein won't officially begin playing against opposing women's teams until the August season, so I imagine they've already started now, but he also began participating in training sessions and is sharing the female locker room with the women and girls on the Ethel Trice/Hetzel's football syndicate. As some players are underage, concerns were raised about Holstein exposing his schlong during shower times. I don't even know what to say half the time, I really don't. I'm just glad you guys leave your comments down below to fill in the places where I'm just speechless. This is absolutely insane. An issue the coach attempted, however, to address by providing Holstein a shower schedule. The coach, Christian Wagner, is also preempting transphobic remarks from other players or spectators and says that anyone who is discriminatory towards Holstein will be immediately banned from the arena. Wagner has also admitted that there are certain anatomical advantages Holstein has that he expects him to use to the team's advantage as a goalkeeper, and boasted, "If I were a woman, I wouldn't want to play against Laura." Yeah, and the women shouldn't have to play against Laura either. What kind of madness is this, man? You say anything that can be classed as discriminatory, and let's be honest, that is pretty much everything, you will then be banned from the stadium in Germany if you dare do such a thing. But the fact this coach knows this dude has biological advantages, and instead of calling it out and saying this is wrong, he's embracing it. That is absolutely ridiculous. But it just shows you how, let's say, weak men have become today. Because strong men wouldn't allow this to happen. They wouldn't sit there and say, yes, we are embracing this, and if I were a woman, I wouldn't want to play against this person either. I mean, you can't actually become a woman. And if we applied that to everything today, we might not be in this position right now. But I find it disgraceful that this is being advocated for, and I just wonder how all the other women feel. Not only the people that have to play against this team, but also the women on the team. But that doesn't matter, does it? That doesn't matter. No. But to close out this video, to his audience, Hossein-Pour posed a question about the impact of gender ideology on observable reality. The questions that arise are as explosive as they are uncomfortable. How should a society function in which biological realities and legal fictions come into such a blatant contradiction? What if someone who appears to be clearly male is considered a woman by legal decree and thus gains access to spaces that were traditionally reserved for women? But you end up in this time we're in where left is right, up is down, and common sense, yeah, as you always hear me say, you know the saying, it's hard to find. In addition to being forced to delete the episode, the hosts are facing a €250,000 fine for violating the law, and if this cannot be paid, up to 6 months in prison. If the offence is repeated, they could be handed a 2-year prison sentence. As a result of the court ruling, the Hopf and Hopf episode referring to Holstein has been deleted, and the hosts are unsure as to whether they should try to appeal in court out of fear of further censorship. The men are asking their German fans and followers to please delete all their related content, quotes, TikTok videos, and Instagram reels. Wow, it does seem like a great time we're in. It really does. But this misgendering case, to me, just sets a dangerous tone, and I think it's a very obvious dangerous tone. You're telling people, hey look, if you've got a following, and you might not even have to have a following, but if you go ahead and openly misgender somebody, you could face consequences. Seems like the truth today just scares a lot of people. But I could go on forever. I think you guys could probably tell. I just want to thank you for tuning in to another episode of me talking about the madness. Never stops. It's just a shame that this podcast is going through this, and obviously the people who run it, because biological facts now, they're a no-go. Don't you dare mention them. Leave your thoughts down below. What are your thoughts on this whole story? Once again, if you could, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, share this video around, follow my socials down below in the description. But until next time, it has been your host, JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.